Good morning, TFR. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the flame. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
It is Tuesday, my dudes, and happy Tuesday. My name is Josh Corey, and you have tuned in to the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio. I am joined this morning by, well, believe it or not, there are two very good friends and co-hosts here, but we're going to start off with one Mr. Zachary Zabala. You may know him as Good Times for All over here on the YouTubes. Zach, how are you doing?
Hey, Josh. Hey, Walt. Hello, everybody out there in TFR land and all the other places we're streaming to. Not a bad weekend. I guess a little bit of, what would you call it, pranking went on. Something like that.
Nice.
I don't know. We'll see. Garden beds are getting almost done. I'm almost done with the second one. It's being a real pain in the butt. There's a boulder in the yard. Yeah, it goes like 1 foot into the bed, and I don't know how far out of the bed, and yeah, it's huge. It seems like it's enormous. I can't even get it to start budge. I can't find the edge. I just keep digging around it, and it just keeps going down and getting wider. So I said, okay, you're going to be a foundation. So yeah, I'm learning. It was productive, though. I think one more good day of work, and I'll have it done.
Well, good.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it always feels good when you finish something like that.
Well, Walter was here just a moment ago, but I think he was having some technical difficulties and had to pop out and reset, if I were to guess.
I'm here.
Oh, you made it back. Awesome. I didn't hear you pop in.
Perfect.
Sneaky that way.
Yeah, you are.
Sneaky.
Well,
Good morning. How are you, gentlemen?
Good morning. Walter Johnson, also known as Flat Earth Head over on YouTube's. Walter, how are you doing, sir? How was your weekend?
It's good. Good. Really not much happening here. Just kind of stayed around the house, messing around on the guitar. It got a little cold here this weekend, so just one of those weekends to stay in the house by the fire and not really go out into the world for me. So
now wait a minute. What's cold for Walter Johnson?
Dude, look, we don't need to talk about it. I know it's like really, really not that cold here. Trust me.
Talking
But
like
for me,
50
it's cold.
degrees.
Dude, I don't want to talk about it. She's 52 right now. But for me, that's cold. That's for me. That's cold. 49. Thank you. It's below 50, so it's in the 40s here. That counts, right?
We'll give you that. No rounding up.
How was your weekend, Joshua? Well, I know it was exciting and filled with lots of new beginnings, sir. Sorry we didn't see you guys Friday, by the way. Hi, everybody. I'm getting there. I'll get to chat in a second.
It was a good weekend. Yeah, my deepest apologies. I tried so hard, literally sacrificing my body and my health in order to try to get there for Friday night. But I just couldn't in good conscience leave everybody else to do the work while I try to do a show. Plus, that's a lot of driving on a Friday. But other than that, it was a really good weekend. Yeah, Thursday we went and signed the paperwork. I loaded up the car, both cars actually, and we went to the title company to sign the paperwork. And we just left from there and went straight to the new house. Our real estate agent had already popped over there and made the key accessible for us. So within 30 minutes of signing paperwork, we were already unloading into the house. We picked up the truck on Friday, loaded as much of the big stuff as we could, and got it all over here and unloaded. And then Saturday it rained. So basically it was a good chance for us to kind of unpack and organize a little bit. Sunday we went there and made another trip, filled a bunch of cars up with stuff and brought it over. I think I'm down to one last trip. I might make it out there this week, maybe next weekend, and get the last little bit of stuff. Just a few like piddly stuff, odds and ends, nothing really too spectacular, but that should round it out. We're pretty well all unpacked here. We're still waiting on living room furniture and bedroom furniture and the kitchen table and chairs, but that stuff will all be here Saturday, I think. So we should be fully furnished by next week. But it's all been just kind of a hurry up and get it done. And then last night was the first chance I got to try to even attempt to put my studio back together, which I gotta say, I am impressed as hell with myself for having done it. There's still a few kinks, but given the fact that my previous studio took me 5 years to get to this point, the fact that I could just tear it all down and essentially rebuild it back up as good as new, almost as good as new, then I'm really surprised with myself. So, yeah, dogs are doing good. Cat's doing good. Dixie's doing good. David's doing good. He's not been here a whole lot, but don't think he's going to be. It's a little bit far out for him. It's pretty far from his work and his friends. And if and when he goes back to school, it'll be a fair distance from his school too. So we'll see. We'll see. He's 19 years old. He can come and go as he pleases, I suppose. But other than that, I'm looking forward to a nice, exciting week and an awesome episode of the Ironworx. Because of the move, I've not had a chance to do a whole lot of the show prep. No real space lettuce in there, but I see, Walt, you've been on it, so that's good. Thank you.
A bit here and there, digging around, looking at just various things this weekend. You sent a couple of audio and video, quote unquote, video clips of the new extended, I guess, family you guys have out there near you. What's how's that working out?
Well, there's a few dogs in the neighborhood, and sometimes they'll bark. And I guess it was night before last, a couple nights ago, we were sitting in bed and there was a bunch of yipping going on outside. And you'd see the dogs kind of looking around, and pretty soon the yipping outside started to pick up and there were more yips. And I turned and looked at Dixie. I said, those aren't dogs. Those are coyotes. Those are coyotes.
Those are not dogs.
She says, really? I said, yeah, open the window, listen. So she opened the window and you could just hear the whole pack of coyotes just going apeshit. So the dogs start barking. So we sat there and listened to the coyotes for, I don't know, 10 minutes. Finally, she grabbed her phone and tried to do a little video outside the bedroom window just to catch some of the audio of some of the coyotes howling or yipping. Coyotes don't really howl. But Yeah, it's really cool. She said yesterday she worked from home. It was the first chance Dixie got to actually enjoy time by herself in months. Months has she not had a chance to enjoy time just by herself. So she's got a home office here. So she was sitting in the office doing her, just working from home, looking out the back window, and got a yard full of deer and coyotes pick up a little bit. Yeah. So it's, we're all settling in. I think we're going to enjoy it. Does need a little bit of work. Apparently the basement does still leak water pretty good. But
Nothing a sump pump can't take care of for you.
Well, it's been fixed. They had a basement company come in here and they were supposed to have fixed the cracks in the waterproofing.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, but some of their cracks didn't. I don't think they sealed the outside. I think they filled the cracks and painted over it and hoped that would hold. They didn't dig down around the outside of the house and fill those cracks and then seal it in plastic.
That kind of cracks, yeah, that's a lot of work. It cost a lot of money to seal both sides of it, and yeah, that sucks.
I did that for a while too. Mud jacking, going out there and digging that side and digging down the basements and filling those cracks and sealing them up with tar and covering them with plastic and throwing all the dirt back in. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Not cheap. So I started, I'm getting back into video making mode.
Good.
Yeah, it felt good. But now Adam wants to start over. He made me these, remember the slides he made for the equation I wrote?
I do.
Not the equation, the formula, we'll call it. Not an equation. Well, he had put together all these slides for it, and I thought it looked great. So I'm sitting there and I'm doing the audio of it. I'm, looking at each slide and just writing out the audio, what I'm going to say and this and that, explaining stuff. And I get to like the one line away from being done, and then just wrapping it up with the summary or whatnot. And I just wanted to know, I was verifying maths, just making sure that there didn't need to be over 2 in this one part, And he's like, let's tear it down and start all over again. It's like, oh. And that put a little damper on my flow, of making. But I got more videos to make. I'm gonna go back. There's so many videos I have that people didn't get to see because they're old and made on my cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I have the pictures that were taken with my camera, so they're good quality. So I'm thinking I'm going to go back and redo a bunch of these older videos, getting back into optics a little bit, because people are bringing it up again, and there's so many people that just don't get it. I think a good refresher course is in need.
Absolutely. Plus, we're a little short on fresh content over there on Iron Realm Media channel. Besides the live streams, we need to start putting out some more videos. So now that I've got the studio back up, I should be able to finish up that crow video for the patrons where they're on Patreon. So that'll be
cool.
Good.
Well, it sounds like we're about to start flooding this channel. I'll have to start putting stuff on my own channel again, I guess, because as soon as I can assemble the Avengers, as soon as I can get this thing together. Oh, you guys don't know what's going on. So yeah, I've decided to jump in with both feet and just build my computer. I've tried to fix what's here and it's not happening. So I took it somewhere and they tell me what's good and what's not and what needs to be replaced. And rather than spending, a couple of bills for them to do it, I'm just going to order the parts and watch a lot of YouTube videos and work on it myself. That's going to be my next couple of weeks project. Hopefully not that long, but going to pick it up today, actually. Parts are already on their way. And and one of the things I plan on doing is jumping back into video editing. So you guys are going to get tired of hearing from us pretty soon.
Hopefully. That'd be real nice. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody over there on the TFR chat. I see Vandenberg 7, David RB, Alan's over there, Rio's over there. Lucky's hiding out. She's creeping in there somewhere. Of course, Sophia. The robot overlords. Let's see what the hell else been going on.
So didn't SpaceX do something this weekend? Didn't they?
Hells yeah, they did.
Did they?
They went to space, baby. Right to the ISS.
Yeah.
No.
I got a video to make about all that too. You know, there's mainstream will like to tell you, oh, flat Earth is dying, it's dead, it's going by the wayside. We hear this all the
Science
time.
is back, baby.
Earth is round, not flat. So I clicked on a couple of the live streams that were going on, and I noticed that anybody that's like affiliated with, you know, a news organization or anything, NBC News, ABC News, KHWV, whatever, blah, 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 not one chat was open for NASA, SpaceX, any of the news agencies. Every single chat was disabled.
Hell yeah, they were.
We broke that quite a few years ago, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they're not even attempting to allow people to voice their opinions on their videos anymore, on their live streams. Now there were, you know, there's a few that were open, but it was just people, you know, NASA fanboys. And I did see people talking about flat Earth when I went into those. But yeah, like every single news, anything, all their chats are disabled. They want nothing to do with comments turned off, chats disabled. So yeah, it's flat Earth is dying. I love it.
That is awesome.
I got some inadvertent trolling. Was that Saturday night, I believe? One of the guitar players that I watch on YouTube for his lessons, his gear reviews. I just like him overall as a person on the videos. He just reminds me of somebody I would hang with. Anyway, Robert Baker. Go check out his channel if you're into guitar. He was doing a live stream, so I hopped in there to comment on something he was talking about. And as soon as people saw my name, they're like, oh, flat Earth is stupid, and flat Earth people's heads are flat, and you've got a flat brain, and all this stuff. I mean, I didn't even say anything. I just was in the chat talking to Rob. And yeah, that's what I started getting. So I immediately, since we were in a guitar chat, I threw back Stephen Carpenter at him and said, yeah, go ask Stephen Carpenter, Deftones guitarist, about that and see what he has to say. Speaking of, one of his other band members from a different band he is in, whose name is currently escaping me. I'm struggling trying to get to the show prep to get the name of the band. Anyway, one of his buddies jumped to his defense this weekend, but I can't find the story now. I thought I had stuck it in the lettuce pile. Apparently I shared it somewhere else. Oh, I may have shared it on Twitter, actually, is where I shared it. Anyway, I'll find out who it was, because again, I know him from Deftones. I didn't know he had other side gigs, so I'm not as educated in that department as I should be. I think I even did some Twitter trolling, now that I say Twitter, this weekend. We had some people jumping in with pictures and photographs for us on one of the old, long-winded streams that I've kind of jumped out of. And then since it was in my notifications, I hopped on my Forensically app and showed the, reality behind some of those images they were sharing. So,
what, do they let you back on Forensically finally?
That's not the one they banned me from. That was Photo Forensics, I think, or whatever it was called. Is that what it was called?
I think that's what it was called.
Art.
Wrong.
What was it?
I think you were right. I believe it was Photo Forensics.
I have the Forensically app on my phone. I'm actually a beta tester for it from when it started on the App Store there on Google Play. So they can't ban me. I'm one of the originators or trial testers or whatever. So, but yeah, I'd forgotten that I'd gotten banned for incorrectly using their app. I need to go see if my ban is still up. Oh, the people are funny. I like them.
Yes.
Did you guys see the size of the capsule the SpaceX crew was in?
That's that chicken. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm a big young guy.
God, I love that part.
You see the size of that goddamn cock-a-doodle-doo?
She's my butterfly.
I can't see us, asshole. We're in the spirit world.
Oh, great movie. Sorry, folks.
Nice.
You don't know what I'm talking about. Young guy.
A little into the past there.
That was my favorite soundtrack as a young child.
Really?
The acoustic, Bon Jovi, Young Gun soundtrack.
Some of Richie Sambora's best guitar work. It's on that album, and
It was all acoustic. There was a couple parts where they throw in an electric guitar here and there. But no, I think that whole album was just all acoustic. God, it was awesome. That song Blood Money about Pat Garrett betraying
Billy?
Yeah. What was Billy's real name? Something Bonnet? William Bonnet.
William, yeah.
But yeah, that was a good flick. Me and my neighbor, you know how your best friend is usually your neighbor when you're young?
Uh-huh.
We love that. God, we watched that movie so many times. He was always wanting to be Billy the Kid because he was left-handed. It's like, dude, Alan, he even says it. I'm not left-handed in the movie.
Yeah.
The Prince of Pistoliers. Oh, man.
you were saying about the space capsule, sir, before I rudely interrupted you. Dug us down into the young guy's hole.
It's starting to look more like Star Trek. They have so much room in the SpaceX capsule somehow. Like the NASA capsule, there's 4 guys and, they're all jammed in there and they got barely any room to sit and they're right up against the thing. This one looked like Star Trek Enterprise almost. Like you could walk in and there's room in between the seats and like a stewardess could come in and serve them a meal or something. It just looked enormous, like huge. It's like, wait a minute, I thought these things were supposed to be small and lightweight, and it just didn't look right. It looked like a TV show, not what NASA used to do. Smaller.
So
we got to make
look
it
that
light.
big from the outside, sir.
I don't know. I really didn't watch a whole lot of it.
They're probably starting to work with some of the doctor technology. And, things look bigger on the outside, inside than they do on the outside. I know somebody in chat, was it Liz, was talking about the new spacesuits they're wearing, apparently. I haven't seen them because I quit watching that show last season, 2 seasons ago. I don't know. But, yeah, I haven't seen the new suits. Apparently, they look like Buzz Lightyear, I'm seeing now. Playing catch-up in chat. I know I haven't said hello to everyone. I was trying early on there and just failed miserably. So if I didn't say hey to you yet, I love you and hello. And if you say hey to me, I'll say back to you. Damn, I'm rambling. Somebody talk.
Well, Liz in chat asks, are they hypnotized to believe they are actually going to space? How can people lie like this? Well, non-disclosure agreements. In the military, it's not considered lying. You are protecting national security secrets. That's what they call it.
Definitely will probably be that whole gung-ho. You have to help the world, be fooled because that's what keeps people docile. I don't know. Or it could literally be, as we saw with our infamous Smurfs episode, that they do drug them and trick them into going to think they actually went to space, It's very possible.
Yeah,
if you guys start Smurf episode, that's infamously banned us from YouTube, and we can't share it with you. But who was it? Spacey Smurf? No, which one was it that wanted to go to space?
Spacey Smurf.
Now I can't even remember. Who was it?
I don't know, but the name was so appropriate when they told us who it was, and I was just like, yeah, being completely gone now. It'll never come back anyway. But they tricked him to think he had gone into space by drugging him. That's right, drug use on your Smurfs.
Yep. They roofied him. And then set up a stage to make it make him think they were on the moon. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, Alan says Capricorn One.
Nice.
That's a great way to explain it.
Mhm.
Why people would lie. I mean, they made a movie about it. And I had never seen that movie before I'd heard of Flat Earth. It's not like one of those, Wizard of Oz type movies that everybody's seen and everybody it passes down through the generations. I never even knew this movie existed until after Flat Earth and someone pointed it out to me.
Oh man, that was one of my favorite movies growing up before I even knew that they had faked it for real. I love that movie. I mean, I'm a big OJ fan. I'll stop.
Yeah, they pretty much tell you that, NASA had to fake it all.
Well, I don't think I've got the break music set up, so I might actually have to listen to TFR breaks over there on YouTube this morning, because we've got one coming up in about 45 seconds. Yeah, that was the first segment. First segment of the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio.
Oh, that's just crazy.
Isn't that crazy? But we're restreaming over there on YouTube, Twitch, DLive, Twitter. I think I missed one. Facebook, that's it. Yep. Thanks.
Yeah.
So good morning, everybody. This is Josh, Walt, and Zach. I'm assuming there's break music and I just can't hear it, but we will be right back after these messages. It's there. It's just not coming through. Commercials will come.
From the dawn of man, we have turned to nature to help attain balance within ourselves. But somewhere, we lost our way. Western culture is once again remembering the healing benefits of CBD, the non-psychoactive component of the hemp plant. That's why more and more people who use CBD report relief from inflammation and chronic pain, balanced blood sugar and cardiovascular system, relief from muscle tensions, tremors, migraines, headaches, anxiety, depression, and the list goes on. The big question is, where do you get it? High Life is a 99% pure CBD oil made with all organic ingredients, and it's available to TFR listeners worldwide. If you use coupon code TFR at checkout, you'll get $5 towards your order. Head on over to ialife.com now. That's AYA life.com.
Poor water quality is a major health issue, and it's only getting worse. Municipalities can't keep up, standards have dropped, and pollutants are increasing. Where does it all end? It ends by keeping the pollutants outside of your home with HydroCare's advanced systems available at Wave Home Solutions. No less than the best purification materials and processes have been developed by HydroCare to provide you with healthy, clean water for drinking, cooking, and showering. HydroCare far surpasses the competition in removing chlorine, odors, iron, lead, chemicals, limescale, and much more. Don't settle for less when it comes to your water. We'll take care of the toughest water problems for you, whether it's from a city or well source. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 888-997-WAVE. That's 888-997-WAVE. Or go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Greetings, Earth Explorers. My name is Brooks Agnew, and I am your host on X Squared Radio every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Truth Frequency Radio Network. This is where the past meets the future. We explore the mysteries of the universe and of the Earth. We might go a little past your imagination, but have no fear. You will be safely traveling with us. We will dissolve the propaganda of dangerous people with dangerous plans for the planet. We will discuss the latest technologies and challenges for humankind. We will discover the safest place for you to stand when the thinkings and doings of mankind come flying apart, and how you can be one of the people that helps put it back together. Join us.
Real people, real radio.
Initiating the truth frequency.
is Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day.
And welcome back. Segment number 2 of the Ironworks kicking off right now. Josh, Walt, and Zach hanging out with you. I got to say, I was a little worried about how everything would run. There was a bit of an issue with getting internet to the house. So they came out Sunday morning. And so this poor guy is from Ferguson, which was just outside of St. Louis. But there was a bunch of riots happened there. There's some stuff happened here in Missouri a few years back. But it's way far north, like St. Louis County. I'm south in Jefferson County. So they sent this poor guy all the way out to Jefferson County, out in the middle of nowhere where he does not work. And he couldn't get even enough of an internet signal to test the strength. So he's like, I guess nobody's had it here. There's no lines run. I mean, there's a cable, but it looks like maybe a DirecTV cable up there. But I'm getting no signal. Looks like nobody's had Spectrum cable out here. I'm like, oh, it's like you AT&T. Looks like you get some AT&T out here. And my heart sank because their internet service is garbage. He's like, and if I don't, he's just kind of complaining. We're just bullshitting. And apparently he only gets paid by the job. So he could come out on a Sunday morning, 8 a.m. from Ferguson and still not even get paid for it because they told Dixie they could give her internet service just to hope to get her as a customer and would just send this guy out here. Maybe he gets paid, maybe he doesn't. Man, that's just stupid.
That's wrong.
Isn't that wrong? Well, he then had to go from here. He was going to go all the way west out past where we just moved from. Another like 15 miles past that. And he had to do jobs out there all morning before he went home to Ferguson. And we've been standing out there talking for a little bit. And he's like, man, and I didn't bring any weed with me.
He knew just by looking at you.
Well, Dixie and I were both wearing Pink Floyd shirts. That might have had something to do with it. I said, "Don't worry, man.
We can spot our own."
I said, "We'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. Especially if you have to leave here and not get paid for this. At least you can do is enjoy your ride way the hell out to Winsville." So he's just waiting for the call back from the office. He's been calling all morning. Nobody's answering. Nobody's calling him back. He's getting pisser and pisser. So finally they call him back. They say, hop up there, just test it one more time, run these 2 tests, see what it is, see what's going on. So he does it. He comes back. He's like, all right, I think I got you hooked up. I said, whoa, really? He's like, yeah, I think we figured it out. I think you should be good to go. So I had no idea what kind of service this was going to be. Maybe they told him just to stick the modem in there, tell them they got service and get the hell on down the road and we'll deal with it with customer service. So I really didn't know. I mean, the guy seemed really genuine. For what it's worth, this is kind of very conservative, rural country out here. There's not a whole lot of diversity, not a whole lot of color. So when he got out of his van, I could see that he left his sidearm there. I could see that he was actually carrying. So apparently he was just a little nervous driving way the hell out of here to the country. You never know, because again, you have all these Trump supporters, and
oh yeah,
they just see some random black guy, just think BLM, and he doesn't want any of that trouble. So it was a real good guy. It was an awesome conversation though. It was really good. But once I got the internet hooked up last night, no, we sure didn't. He was all business. Well, mostly business, but nope, didn't get into flat Earth. I was really just wanting to keep him focused, hoping I didn't have to get AT&T internet. And then last night when I hooked it all up, everything was choppy. I mean, all my settings were shot, and I had to try to remember what they all were and go back and fix them, which is why the break music isn't working, because I didn't get to them all. But the video was choppy.
What did you change from last night to this morning? Because your voice, you got your bass back and everything. It's just different sounding. It sounds so much more rich. Did you change anything?
I don't think as far as that goes. Not on my microphone.
The smoke settled in the wires?
That must have been what it was.
That's it. All the dust is out.
Well, because when I started it, my video was choppy. Nothing was running smoothly. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. It's a bandwidth issue, I bet. I'm going to have to kill my camera just to make sure my audio goes through, because whatever. I mean, I've got internet, so I can't complain too much, because that's a step above where I was this time last week. What is my upload speed going to be like? This is going to be a pain in my ass. But I came down this morning and everything's running smooth, aside from a few settings going back and me having to change them again. But seems to be like we're coming through loud and clear.
So you sound normal.
Well, good. Again, the acoustics in this basement are horrible. They're really no good. It's open. It's a wide open, unfinished basement. So I've got my furnace right over here next to me. You could probably hear it kick on occasion. The floors above me are really super squeaky. There's no insulation above me either. So if you hear a dog walk across, the little clickety clack of the toenails, I hear it all. I think my mic picks it all up. I think I've got OBS audio tweaked enough that it ought not come through too badly. But for you guys on the call, it's not going to sound awesome.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I know it's kicked on at least a couple times since we started the show.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So I've got to figure out how best to soundproof this concrete. What did you just say, Zach?
Said you're getting it all ironed out.
Ironed out. That's it. Scott No Name says he's an audio Nazi and hears zero reverb. Well, that's awesome, because even in my headphones, I can hear it reverberating off the walls. It's killing me. I'm going to go up to Goodwill or something and just get a whole bunch of old blankets and just line the shit out of these concrete walls and see if that works. I don't think insulation is too terribly expensive. I won't need all of that much. And I've still got my cubicle walls from the old studio I can throw up. That'll help. And crickets.
Sorry. I was actually looking for a song for some request there in chat, trying to make some bumper music happen for somebody. I'm not going to spoil it yet. My apologies for doing live stuff. Well, I'm just glad, excuse me, I'm glad the dust is getting settled and it's all working out, because, yeah, nothing worse than having to switch over to an AT&T internet. I almost thought I was going to have to do it when I got the new setup here, but we fixed all that yesterday. So I have my internet back. I was struggling on Tuesday's show, and then Wednesday when we were talking, I was having trouble, and I was hoping it wasn't the new internet that I got, but it was. So yesterday I spent some time on the phone, and I have a new old modem now, and it all works again. So
Good. I know there was a whole issue there going with them trying to upgrade your service or give you something new.
just
And
going forward, everybody should know in general, and you probably do if you've had any experience with such things, but working at customer service, I should have known better. It just all happened in the middle, I think, of us being on a call, maybe on a Wednesday, maybe a show on a Friday or something, when the request came through from the company, probably while she was paying bills, that we might need new widths on our broadband or some kind of gribble grabble, because of all the extra usage that's happening now in this very special time we're all going through. So they offered us something, and I was on, like I said, a call with you guys, and it's like, hey, as long as I don't mess up my upload speed, I don't care. As long as it doesn't mess up my upload speed. And of course it did. And I should have known better, because anytime they're trying to give you a new, better plan, they're just trying to get you off those awesome, really good plans you're already grandfathered onto. Don't change your old plan. It's usually the better deal.
Yeah, when do they ever offer you something better for less? Come on.
Never, never, never. They're not your friend.
When they do that, you're the mark.
Yeah. And I know, as I said,
just like the free vaccines, people think about it. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but they offer you money to get the vaccine, to get just a flu vaccine, not any special vaccine we're talking about here, just the yearly flu vaccine. They give you money. Nobody walks around and just hands out $5 bills. Nobody. If they're giving you money for something, you are the target. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's something I learned when I was a child.
Yep, that means they bought you.
Yeah.
They just bought you for $5. Whores. I want to give a quick shout out to Candy. I Spy Nasalize. Ispy Nasalies. Taking a cross-country trip tomorrow. I want you to travel safely. And remember, if you're passing through, give me a shout out. I will meet you up in St. Louis. I think you said you might be going a little bit further north. And if it were the weekend, I would probably even drive that just to wave at you as you drove by. But be safe, be careful, travel safely, and keep in touch. Let us know how you're doing. You've got my phone number. Don't be afraid to use it.
And look around a little bit on your travels. I read a book when I was, early 20s. I think it was called The Sea of Trolls. And it was about magic, right? About how you couldn't do any more magic than your body was physically capable of doing. Like your magic couldn't lift up a boulder and throw it on a house and crush it, because physically you couldn't do that. That would kill you. So if you tried to do that magic, it would kill you. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, to the point now. When you're alive, anywhere you see, like while you're alive, you can visit while you're dead. So if you never left your county your whole life, in the afterlife, that's where you get to roam around. Just the things that you saw. It's kind of like your First Amendment rights. You can video anything you can see from public. Well, this is kind of like that. Anything you saw while you were alive, you can go there in the afterlife and visit it again. So on your travel, make sure you look around. Don't just be focused. I mean, pay attention to the road, of course, if you're driving. But when you get a chance, there's no cars for a couple hundred yards in front or behind you, turn your head side to side, look around, notice. I mean, it's gorgeous out there, especially the middle of the country, because there's not a whole lot of people. It's one of those places you could look and see for miles and not see another soul. But yeah, just look around. It's a really pretty place out there. Don't travel all that way and do all that work and not see anything. Most of the coolest things you see are on the way to or from, anywhere. Yeah, sometimes you get lucky and you catch something beautiful or whatnot at your destination. But usually the most beautiful, magical things happen in transit. You just got to be aware.
Journey is all what it is. I mean, we kind of spoke about it way back when I was checking out the Randonauts whole thing, and I dabbled a bit in it afterward, and then just kind of life got in the way, and I haven't since then. But it definitely reminded me of being young. My mom, her favorite thing for us all to do, because we were not, able to just go vacation and go run around and spend money and etc. So we would hop in the car, pack a picnic, hop in the car, and take off and just go and find a place to go hang out. And that was half the fun, was the journey there, driving across the pasture, whatever, just taking off and exploring without having a destination was pretty incredible. So if you haven't done that, probably since you were a kid, do it. It definitely will lead you to some amazing discoveries.
Yeah, my mom used to do that all the time when we were young. When we moved into, we really didn't move too far. It was like the other side of the county, but Northwest Indiana is kind of like the Chicagoland area. It was, it's a big county and there's a lot of people in the county. It's not like there's only, 6 or 7 towns in this county. It was just like people wall to wall. So to learn her way around this other side of the county, we used to go on rides all the time. Just to learn the area. She knew if she went this far north, there was a highway. She knew if she went this far east, there was a highway. She knew there, she had her boundary set. Like, I'm not going to cross these roads and I want to stay within this area. But yeah, we used to just drive around wherever just to learn the land. And yeah, those are some of my favorite times, just sitting in the car and looking out the window and, getting a feel for your surroundings. Oh, we're passing the cows. That means it's only 2 more minutes till we get to my cousin's house, stuff like that. But yeah, I love being a passenger. I hate driving.
See, I went through a phase when I was, I guess, late teens through probably most of my 20s where I loved to be the driver in those situations. I would be the one to just, pile folks in the car and let's take off somewhere crazy. It definitely is not the case any longer. I don't know, I feel like a big baby. If I'm in the car, I pretty much am going to get rocked to sleep, even if I'm driving now. It's ridiculous. I guess the older I've gotten, that's taken over more than anything else. But yeah, just not the driver any longer. I like taking off and being the driver, the passenger, but don't put me in the driver's seat. Real quick, before I forget, shout out to Enlightened Dawn. Thank you, Dawn, giving us a super chat with the cat there and some hearts and things. Thank you. We appreciate that. Speaking of cats, shout out to Nachiketa and to Kai in chat there. Good to see you, friend. I'm sure I've missed a lot of folks.
Got some snow.
Yes, he did. I remember. I don't know, did he have any more, but I know he got a little bit. Nope, it's sunny out with clear skies. It's our report from that part of the world.
Yeah, that is just.
Sorry, I'm reading chat. Look at me. I'll get out of chat.
Me too.
It's great. It just makes for a really quiet show sometimes. So our apologies. I would really almost do with this section too. We haven't really. Are we going to do a show today?
We got about 7 minutes, I guess, for this first hour. Who's up? Yeah. I guess it might be a good idea.
Let's try to throw some stuff together.
If you guys are, whenever you're ready, just let me know. We'll see if we can't do one.
Get started. All right, cool. Cool. Well, man, I know it's probably a bad time to ask this question live on air, but did we get things worked out for this Friday's show? Did we reschedule?
You read my mind, Walter. That's almost creepy, the way you read my mind.
Really? Liz and I
Dom
were
said no worries. He understood about last Friday, and he's all ready to do it again. But I'm still working on verifying the exact Friday that he is available.
Gotcha.
Well, let me know, because we also got, or I got a message, a text from our buddy James. True, right after I had told you two that I had been missing talking to James and we needed to get him back in the mix. Apparently, he felt the disturbance in the force and was feeling the same way. So he asked whenever we had some free time to let him pop on and hang out with us over there on a Friday for sure. So if we
He
can't,
needs an invitation. Come on, Dave.
you know the door is open. You are in your family. You can't leave. We got you now. But definitely, I told him as soon as I found out about Dom and the rescheduling, I would let him know. So if Dom doesn't work out this Friday, perhaps we'll have James True over there, because I don't want to step over. We've already bumped Dom one time. I don't want to bump him again. So James will understand.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say thank you.
I was just going to say, have we ever had James and Martin on at the same time? I know they've both been on the show numerous times.
Seems like
I don't know if they've ever even.
I think we've had them together way like one of the earlier shows. Maybe after, maybe not. Maybe it was just a Wednesday thing, because that happens sometimes too.
If ever two minds that haven't crossed yet need to intertwine and meet, those
I think around about the time that James was starting to look into Mudflood might be about the time we got him and Martin together on a call. So I could be wrong. Before it gets too far and I forget, we got a plate of shrimp, y'all. Thank you so much, Derek Dax, for the super chat there. Appreciate that, my friend. Alan Holman has his Iron Realm Media t-shirt on right now, although the images are fading a bit, so we'll have to get some new shirts made out there, it looks like.
Here's another funny story. I ordered
some shirts.
I ordered an Ironworx t-shirt and an Ironworx throw pillow just because I could.
Nice.
And it was scheduled to be delivered yesterday. And I was excited, and in my anticipation, I get home and I'm looking. I don't see anything on the door. So, well, I wonder if it got put in the mailbox. I'm like, how are you going to stuff that pillow? I don't know.
Was it 2 inches by 4 inches?
Well, here's the deal. Apparently, in all the excitement, nobody noticed that we don't have a mailbox. So they had no way to deliver it.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Wouldn't they just drop it on the door? Is there a mail slot?
Nope. I mean, we've gotten deliveries, but we had groceries delivered. We've had mini blinds delivered.
Is there a marking with the address on it?
It's right on the front of the house. You'd be hard pressed not to see it. You'd have to try to not see it.
Where do they put mail? Have you gotten any other mail there? Like just pieces of paper?
No.
Maybe you just won't get mail. That's great. No bills, no nothing.
Right?
John Savage would be pleased.
Oh, yeah. He would tell me, don't put one up.
Yeah, is that all I got to do is take my mail back?
Just take that some bitch right down. I don't know what happened. Damn teenagers.
I used to be one of those people that would
Me too.
misplace people's mailboxes from time to time with a big softball bat.
Yeah. Mine had a lead core in it.
We used to do it from vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
getting out and doing it. I mean, that was fun, but it was too easy. You get going down the road about 20, 25 mile an hour. Oh yeah, it makes it a little more tricky to hit that mailbox. I remember one time we had a big steel pipe, like a 3-inch steel pipe, 4 feet long. And my buddy's mom's Cougar. And we're we have two people holding one end of the pipe against the edge of the car window, like, and just going up next to mailboxes and hitting them with that steel pipe out the window and trying to hold that pipe. God, we put so many dents in that car door window right there.
Yeah, I bet.
Man. We were dumb. Young and dumb.
Young and dumb. Yeah, we carried quarter sticks of dynamite for those people that wanted to use brick on their mailboxes. Worried of people playing mailbox baseball. Well, we'll show you.
Yeah, it all ended when me and my one buddy got caught.
Ooh, yeah, that'll do it.
Hitting a state trooper's mailbox. Came down the road, followed us, and stopped us in our driveway, pulled his gun out, had us laying on the ground. And the crazy part is my buddy's car had been stolen like a week before, and they just got it back. And I mean it to where he was starting it with a screwdriver because the whole ignition was torn off.
Ooh.
Yeah, so yeah, it didn't look good.
We're about to hit break, guys. I dropped you some music there in this chat real quick, Josh, if that's doable.
I think it is. I got it pulled up, ready to go. We'll come back with surprise music. That's hour one in the books.
You hear?
Truth Frequency Radio is your #1 source for news and information without the hate, hype, and fear. We're proud to feature cutting-edge programs like The Christopher Everard Show, The Covert Report with Susan Lindauer, Enemy Within Radio with Tom Barnes, Freaky Friday with The Woo Crew, The Gematria Effect with Zachary Hubbard, America's Evil Genius with Travis Cook, Phoenix Rising Radio with Phoenix, Quantum Connections with Lucky, and dozens more. Did you know you can listen from any telephone by dialing 641-793-7117 or call into your favorite show toll free at 833-TFR-LIVE. Uncensored talk and news you won't hear in the mainstream media. Truth Frequency Radio, your protection from deception.
The virus still political. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. President Trump calls it a medical marvel, word that a second coronavirus vaccine candidate has passed its clinical trials with some great numbers.
Moderna announcing strong results in its search for a vaccine to stem the onslaught of the deadly virus. The company announcing a phase 3 study with a vaccine efficacy of 94.5%. Suggesting broadly consistent safety across all evaluated subgroups, calling it a pivotal moment in the development of its vaccine candidate. The news seemed to inspire a bit of political chest thumping by the president, who wrote on Twitter, "For those great historians, please remember that these great discoveries, which will end the China plague, all took place on my watch."
Fox's Kevin Corke, President-elect Joe Biden suggesting President Trump's refusal to accept the inevitable, referring to the election, could slow vaccine distribution.
If we have to wait until January 20th to start that planning, it puts us behind over a month and a half.
But the president has previously said that distribution plans are already in place. A little slowing in the daily coronavirus case rates, just over 166,000 cases reported in the U.S. on Monday. The cumulative number globally has now topped 55 million. A powerful Hurricane Iota has slammed into the northeast Nicaraguan coastline with 155-mile-an-hour winds, making it a Category 4 storm, and very near the spot where Hurricane Eta made landfall 2 weeks ago. In addition to the winds, the storm is expected to drop about 20 inches of rain on northern Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala, and southern Belize. The SpaceX Crew Dragon space capsule has arrived at the International Space Station.
Resilience, SpaceX. Docking sequence is complete. Welcome to the ISS, Resilience.
The capsule blasted off Sunday night from Florida. The crew of 3 American astronauts and 1 from Japan will spend
You must unite with citizens.
We are TFR, Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning. Here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Beautiful information comes from random people on the internet. The Earth is flat. It's like school.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. So what one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard.
And welcome back. Yeah, damn it. That is not what I wanted to do. That's right. Walter's not even here anyway, so he won't do this. Shh.
You'll take my life, but I'll take yours too. You fire musket, but I'll run you through. So when you're waiting for the next attack, you better stand, there's no turning back. The newest times the time begins. But on this battlefield, no one wins. So smell it, actually smoke when I'm muscles around. There's a bunch of
And that's how you guarantee a copyright strike.
I love it.
Welcome back
Shout
to hour
out
number
to
2.
VW Blue Sky. That was a request for some maiden bumper music. There you go. When our channel is down, we'll come see you. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to all the super chats. Look, my scroller quit scrolling. Thank you, Dax. Gave us a heart. That fat fellow. That flat fellow. I'll stop. My mouth stopped. I'm not working, so my mouth's not working. That flat fellow gave us another super chat as well. Thank you, sir.
That is so awesome, you guys. Much appreciated.
So did anybody hear what Joe Biden said there?
Nope.
I wasn't here, thank goodness. What did I miss? If you have to tell us.
All right. He said something about the vaccine coming out and this and that, and how it might have to be postponed a month because Trump isn't blah 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 conceding. Well, he used the date January 20th. Now, The Simpsons last Halloween episode mentions January 20th in one of Homer's dreams. He goes and he votes for Joe Biden. He goes back home, jumps in his hammock, and lays down and takes a nap. In his dream, he's sitting on top of his house holding a shotgun with cheese graters as armor and stuff like that all around him, while everything around him is burning and there are giant robots in the streets killing people. And it says January 20th, 2021. I dropped the link in chat to the Simpsons episode. It's the first 2 minutes of it. Check it out after the show. I couldn't believe he said January 20th. I've been waiting to hear about January 20th now since I saw that. And he just said something about the vaccine might have to wait until January 20th. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I can't figure out what one has to do with the other. Why would you have to postpone a vaccine because of the presidential election?
Exactly. Well, because he'll do a executive order that it's a mandate. Everybody has to get a vaccine or blah, 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 blah. He thinks when he becomes president, he gets to rule like a Caesar or a dictator or something. I mean, he's only been doing this for how many years, and he still doesn't know how the government's supposed to work?
Oh, I think he knows. I think a lot of this is fear porn. Sells guns. Sells ammo. I don't think they're ready to push the Overton window that far or that fast. I still don't see it.
No, nor I. I just think it's interesting that he used January 20th, right after The Simpsons did that. Because The Simpsons, I mean, come on, they have inside information. Somehow, some way, they know the plan. And I mean, they predicted Trump to be president well before anybody had any clue that the man was even running for president. It was years before. Because it had to be almost 4 years before.
We'll say it does answer the question as to which of the police or which of the military would turn to guns on the citizens. Well, if they're...
Yeah, the robot said DHS on it.
Yeah. And we know they've been using them for policing in Malaysia, was it? There have been a few places where they're patrolling parks and stuff.
Yeah, they have machine guns on drones now and stuff. Shotguns. One had a flamethrower.
Flamethrower, right?
Huh. We just need to learn how to make a small localized DMP. That's all.
Indeed. Indeed. Shout out to that Adam, the Adam Meakin in chat, shouting out for Ivanka 2028. I love it. Love it. Shout out to LC King. Lucas has gotten in touch with me, and he and I are working on a little guest booking. I'm not going to spoil it, though, in case I don't make it work out on my end, because I know Lucas will get things done on his end. It's just, can I hold up my end and get it all done? We'll see. But just if I can get the numbers to line up, we'll get him on here. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Teaser. Shout out Karen B in chat, I just saw as well. Who else did I miss?
Who else?
A lot of folks. I know I'm being silly. Shout out to T-Salt. Apparently listening to us this morning. I just got a text from my buddy T-Salt saying, asking me that I have any insider information on the election. So there you go. You just got some Joe Biden Simpsons insider information there, T-Salt.
That is awesome. Now, is this a buddy from your area? Somebody you know?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Sure is,
awesome.
right here.
Welcome, brother.
Yep, for sure. It's possible that J-Love was listening to us this morning as well. He does listen quite often. He's not in chat usually, so shout out to him as well. I have some people locally listening. More than I knew, actually, I found out recently.
Shout out to Pav and Salamo and who do we got out there in Southern California? Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I forget your name. Oh, it's early. I'm having a brain fart.
Are you talking about Angelo?
Angelo. Yeah.
Shout out to Brian as well.
Yeah, Brian. Miss you, brother. Hope you're doing all right. Haven't heard
I can
from
tell
him.
you this. He's doing all right in Pokemon. He's gotten a bunch of shinies lately. and he sent me some awesome eggs that I got some amazing Pokemon out of, including a shiny Elekid over the weekend. I got a shiny Elekid from you, Brian. Thank you. If you play Pokemon, you know that is one of the rarest shinies available in Pokemon Go because it is only available as a hatch, and they don't hatch off. To get a shiny one, pretty rare. So thank you, sir. That was a little side video game note for our friend Vandenberg over there on the TFR chat earlier. I see he's not there anymore, though. He was asking about some video game stuff to relieve the brain between some of this hard-edged reporting we do on Ironwork.
I started playing a fun game.
Sorry, what?
I started playing a game, Among Us. I've been seeing videos on YouTube about this game, so I was like, I'll give it I guess you're like astronauts on a base, but one person is an imposter. And the imposter goes around and tries to kill all the other players without getting caught. And like,
so basically, it's The Thing in video game form.
Except it's real cool because like you can find it when you find a dead body, you report it, right? And everybody goes to a meeting, and you try and figure out who the imposter is.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, the imposter can be like, "Hey, I saw so and so do it," or this or that. But you got to watch out because when you say stuff like that, if they kick that person off, then you're most likely it. If you say you saw someone, so yeah, it's like I don't know. When I play it, I never lie, ever. I never say I saw so and so. I never ever, even when I'm it. I've been caught a few times, and I just say, "Yeah, you got me." I can't lie. But yeah, I've won a bunch of times without lying ever. You don't have to lie. I just ask questions. Does anybody have any idea who did it? Stuff like that. Was anybody around the body? I don't ask. I might ask where. Where did you find the body? Even though I know, I can still ask the question. But yeah, it's fun because I play without lying. And I still try to win. Yeah, it's a neat game. Imposter, it's called.
Among Us?
Among Us. Yeah, not imposter. That's the bad guy. You're the imposter.
I've been wanting to check it out because, like I said, when I saw that was the theme of it, I had just rewatched The Thing for the Halloween era season, whatever it's called, the Halloween era. And yeah, it definitely, the breakdown seemed very much like playing I'm in this movie, The Thing. If you haven't seen The Thing, well, what are you doing? That's an amazing movie. Great practical effects. The original from the 80s, not the 2011 one. What was I about to ask you guys? Something in chat. Oh, Scott No Name apparently did some math. And there's one active military person per 175 people in this country. I'm assuming the U.S. is where he is. I don't know that 100%, so I could be making an ass out of me and me. But
yes, he is in the United States.
One person can't force 175 people to do anything. I kind of agree on that one.
I do too.
But think about a lot of those one people. Yeah, a lot of them are going to follow orders, I bet. But I guarantee there's a lot of them that wouldn't. I'm not worried about American troops. There's 400,000 foreign troops here right now. UN troops. So they say, living among us, just waiting. It's part of the UN Agenda 21 to have their troops in all these countries on alert in case something does pop off. I don't see it being U.S. troops. I see U.S. troops being shipped all over the place. National Guard being shipped out of the country, which is happening right now. I've seen some videos on National Guard being sent over to the Middle East right now, which makes no sense at all. But yeah, I don't see U.S. troops. There'd be too many that would, flip sides. in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I said, there will be, you know, those that do just follow orders. You will get that. But especially with the climate and the way it's been, there's too many people that are awake to our government being tyrannical and taking our rights and this and that. And I think a lot of the troops know that stuff. I know when they get out, they do. Most of our militias and stuff like that are veterans who know that our governments are corrupt.
So here's a question. How many of that 175 do you think one soldier with a tank or a saw, some sort of big, heavy, fully automatic weapon can control? 80? 100 of them?
I think it's that whole idea of we are just like the situation of the ants, you know, and the grasshoppers. In the movie Ants from way back in the 90s, we outnumbered the fuckers, and that means that we can take control if we all are willing to do that. That, of course, means that some folks would have to be sacrificed in that battle, unfortunately, because it is a battle, and that's what we're doing here is battle. But I'm probably just reading this wrong, I guess. I don't know. I thought the same thing when I said that earlier is, yeah, but how about that first 20 or 30 that go down in that machine gun fire? So, yeah, I don't know. It's tough. And then, you know, there's that whole thing of the MK Ultra programming that most people go under if they are in basic training. Josh, you should know about that, sir.
Oh, yeah.
So then there's that alteration that's occurred to a person and their will and their ability. And then, you know, how long or how deep does that programming have to be before you're just not a human anymore? You know, how deeply is, I don't know, it's hard to even ask this question. I guess I'm rambling, trying to figure out what I'm asking, but I mean, how much programming before you can't feel your soul anymore and not react to that gut instinct, that still small voice? I mean, it didn't work on you, obviously.
They say 7 years.
How long, Zach? I'm sorry.
They say 7 years, according to the, who is it? The Jesuits. The Jesuits, as Iru would call them. Give me the first 7 years of a child's life and I'll give you a lifelong slave. Or whatever. Obedient servant or whatever. You know,
Right.
They say it takes them 7 years to get rid of that little voice. But obviously it doesn't work all the time. But yeah, according to their own words, that's what they say. I don't know.
Well,
I think that little voice is always there, though. They just get really good at ignoring it.
I mean, I can attest to that still small voice and how we ignore it sometimes. You know, there's no doubt that there's times in my life that I knew the situation I was in was not the situation I needed to be in to the betterment of myself or the people I care for. So, you know, as grand as the idea of being above all that and better than that, and oh, I've learned so much, so I won't do that again next time, thinking is, we are still human and are flawed. I'm sorry, I'm kind of reading and talking here. I apologize for trailing off there. Just a little strange up dust there in chat. Shout out to Marvay. We do see you in chat. So don't think we're not paying attention. Just try not to read chat and be distracted like I'm doing. So I'll stop. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where we sort of touched on it maybe last episode, Tuesday, about nurture versus nature and what is a human and what is an empty vessel and what is all that stuff. I think this kind of goes back around a bit to that. Just the idea of so many people have been brainwashed by this machine into thinking they're doing good stuff for their country when, it's really all about fucking dollar bills. So I get that there is a warrior spirit in class. I am one. That doesn't mean I'm going to go to war for a bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I'm reading chat and I'm just reading some of this crazy stuff that Marvin is talking about here. This weird stalking that's apparently being done where you go and people just don't see you anymore. And it's like they're just deleting you. They're hiding you from random people's channels.
I think...
I mean, that's what happened to Liz. That's exactly what happened to Liz, who was a mod, and she just got deleted. She was hidden from our channel. That's why we cleared all the mods out. We saw Liz get hidden, and I mean, that's unacceptable. So I thought maybe one of the other mods might have done it. Somehow some account got hacked or something. I didn't know. So I just cleared out all the mods because there were mods, there were people, there were listeners being hidden from our channel. So I had to go back and make sure everybody could actually see the channel and individually make sure that they could get there. There was some really weird stuff going on with YouTube. Definitely.
Yeah, well, Nachiketa just said, I've noticed some chats have been deleted by the Google moderator team. Here's what I've experienced, and this is completely now maybe one of these, dawning on me moments. So I'm in my living room and I pop on Google Tube. What is this thing called? YouTube. I pop that on and I'm watching it on a device where I'm not able to chat. I see that there's a live show because I don't even try to worry about notifications any longer. It's a joke, but I see a live show from someone I like, and I'll go into their show and check it out. And if there is a live chat in their premiere or in their show, I'll then pull out my phone, hop into the show as well there, and say hey to folks and get into the conversation and throw out some hugs and all that kind of stuff. What I'll notice is I'll say hey. Couple of people will say hey back to me by name. I'll then start responding to them individually. And as I'm putting those messages on my phone, they're popping up on the screen activity on my YouTube device, on my television. However, I will put a hug back to Liz, or I'll put a hey to Nachiketa or something like that, and I'll see the message that's under mine on my telephone scroll by on the screen, but my message is not on the screen. I see it on the phone scrolling up, but I don't see it on the TV scrolling up. There's the message before mine. There's the message after mine on the TV screen. But in the chat, that I can see in the chat on my phone, but on the TV screen, my message is no longer there. And I got to thinking at one time, it's this last week, that it might be because sometimes when I have time to sit there and find the shift key or go to the other keys on my phone, I will send hugs out by putting people's names in parentheses, which is an old thing I've been doing forever on computers. Sometimes I don't have time to get in there and do all that, so don't feel bad if you don't get a personal hug. What I'm trying to say is I was thinking it was the parentheses that were causing my messages not to be seen. Maybe there was some kind of chat code that hid the message or something. So I had kind of quit doing that and just started saying hey and yo and hiya and things like that again. But maybe that's not what it is. Maybe this is part of what Marvey is talking about, that they're really fucking that much, gang stalking each one of us individually.
Well, we only have a couple minutes before the break here, but when we get back, Kelly in chat brought up Hal Fuckery. She's waiting for Crow to vet. Have you heard of this? Lighthouse? Have you heard this yet?
I have heard of it. Haven't gotten into the details. Fill us in, or I guess not.
Yeah, well, we'll do it after the break. I'll just real quickly, they've spent $10 million developing this thing. They've got money. They're trying to wipe out YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff, all with one fell swoop. And they're all about they say at least, truth. You know, in 5 years, the people are saying, what's going to be the plan 5 years down the road? Who cares? If they sell out to Google in 5 years and make $200 or $2 billion, great, good for them. But this could be a way to at least start a transition to any new platform. This platform, if it works as well as it's set up and looks and it runs smooth, they say you could do everything here. You could just be on the marketplace and sell your goods if you want, or, you could do the streaming and have your market. It's all like right there. It's like having Facebook and Etsy and YouTube all in one site.
Who spent $10 million?
Bob knows more about it. They had the guy on Glowbuster Sunday. The second half of the show was pretty much dedicated to this guy going through and talking about it and answering questions from the chat. And you can tell they put a lot of money into it, just the way it looks.
I'll have to check that out. I didn't know the details for sure. Speaking of Glowbusters, I noticed our buddy Bob, shout out to Bobo, was on Beth Martin's channel. I guess that was yesterday because it was in my new feed this morning when I got up. So I will be checking that out this afternoon for sure. If you're not familiar with Beth Martin's and her Hero's Journey show there on her YouTube channel, definitely go check it out. I'll try to get the link to you here in our chat in a moment, but sounds like
right.
Hey, there's Ed. Right in time for the break.
Yeah.
I got Jonathan calling me on the other line as well. Who knows what's going to be happening on the other side of the break. Awesome. We'll be right back.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. By Christine, great for heart palpitations. By Anne, before I started using this product, every afternoon, my ankles and my hands would be swollen. That doesn't happen anymore. So if that part of their advertising is true, I have to assume that the rest of it is also. Not to mention that when I had my yearly blood test, only a few weeks after beginning to use this product, my cholesterol had dropped over 30 points. I'm going to continue to take it. By Croc, I love this product. It really works. By Brad, works great, thank you. Tell us your story. Get your Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find us on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER to get $10 off your first box. As a special bonus, we will include our #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. Whatever your diet plans are, start with us at faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER.
Dowsing is the ancient science of finding water and metal underground. Albert Einstein said that dowsing was tapping into earth energies which modern science as yet does not understand. Diamonds, silver, gold, and platinum objects have all been found using dowsing. And now, for the first time on film, we visit the pyramids, Stonehenge, and ancient sites, dowsing for buried treasure and tapping into this mysterious earth energy.
The Enigma Channel. Intelligent television for planet Earth. EnigmaTV.com.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
No hate, no hype, no fear. Real people, real radio.
Here's a message of importance to millions of people who are continually pale and washed out, weak and run down. Doctors will tell you that these conditions are often caused by a deficiency. The iron you need to keep you physically fit and mentally alert. Medical studies show that 2 out of 3 and many, many men lack the daily iron your body requires in a form your body can easily use and put to work. Every dose gives you more than your daily minimum iron requirement.
In the other way, we are not alone. We are striving for more.
Oh, if you're not getting the iron your body needs, if you feel weak, run down, and are easily upset, start taking iron today.
Adam? Yes, sir?
And welcome back. How you doing, Adam? How did I even fix that? Why is that still not right?
Adam?
That's a little better.
Yeah, that's a high pitch. Yeah, there we go. Adam?
Yeah, it's amazing.
How we doing, Mr. Meekin?
Oh, good. Oh, good. I've just nicked up. I'm going to spend the afternoon, guys, getting so many bloody requests. I'm going to have to spend the afternoon looking at this vaccine. So I'm going into geek mode in a bit. But I just thought I'd pop in, see if you what's it like over there. And yeah, so just prepping for that, really, guys, because I mean, it's a mess, isn't it? What's going off? This thing's being touted. I heard you guys talking earlier, but it's time to get myself a bit more informed. I'm sick of going out. I'm not really sure.
Are there any protests happening in Nottingham?
There's little pockets, but nothing really. It seems to be the main that I've seen is up in the Liverpool and about London is the mainstay. And I think that's where it needs to.
Yeah, it's getting wild up there.
Yeah, Rox is the one to keep you updated on that. She's on it like a carb on it. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to that, guys. I don't know if you've seen where you're getting it pimped over there, but they're ramping it up now as if it's the second coming of Christ, this thing, isn't it?
They are.
Which is alarming. And when I've seen crap like 95%, 90% effective, let's go for 95 hours. How the piss and crap do you get any statistical statement like that